In the late 1970s, the Apple II was a successful product, and the company was working on its new computer models. In 1979, Steve Jobs visited the Palo Alto Research Center and was excited by a demonstration of a mouse-driven graphical user interface. For Apple's co-founder, it became clear that all computers in the future would have this kind of interface. The company's mission is now to make the graphical interface a mainstream commercial product. At the time, this was a huge challenge, as the hardware capable of running graphical programs was still extremely expensive. To make things even more challenging for the company, a new product was about to be launched by competitors. In 1981, IBM launched the IBM Personal Computer, and Microsoft introduced a new operating system with a text-based user interface. The sales of the IBM PC skyrocketed, and Apple was fighting against the total market domination by its rivals. Despite this difficult situation, Apple did not change its plans, and the main selling point remained innovation. In January 1983, the Lisa was launched after 5 years of development. This new computer had a graphical user interface and a hard drive. It costed $10,000 USD, which is equivalent to almost $30,000 USD in 2024, and targeted mainly business customers. Despite being an innovative product, sales were low, mainly because of its high price, but also because of the lack of software. The largest Lisa customer was NASA, which used Lisa Project for project management. The company had spent a lot of resources to develop the Lisa, but the cost of development was higher than sales revenue. The Apple II, launched back in 1977, was still selling well and was paying the bills. But for how long? Yet, amidst the uncertainty, a new hope was on the horizon, a project that would redefine Apple's trajectory and shape the future of computing. Just like the Lisa, the new computer has a graphical user interface, but is much cheaper. The innovative user interface is not the only advantage compared to the competition. It also has a better design. Its name, the Macintosh. The Macintosh is innovative, good-looking, and easy to use, but who was going to buy it? Apple had to come up with a new communication strategy for the new product. The company spent $1.5 million for a television commercial that aired during the Super Bowl in January 1984 and was directed by Ridley Scott. The ad, described as a masterpiece, was not what you would expect a computer ad to be. It did not include any detail about the new product, not even a picture of it. It was all about emotions. The Macintosh was introduced on January 24, 1984, during a presentation given by Steve Jobs at the annual shareholders meeting. Its price was $2,495 USD, which is equivalent to $7,400 USD in 2024. A computer for the rest of us. This is how Apple marketed the Macintosh. The message to the public was, you don't need to be a person who knows about computers to use a Macintosh. The company needed to make the product stand out from competitors. In the 1980s, computers were complicated to use, and a lot of people would not buy a product at a high price if they were not sure they would be even able to use it. The Macintosh set a new standard for user experience and design aesthetics, laying the foundation for Apple's future success and cementing its place as a pioneer in the world of personal computing. It sold over 50,000 units in just the first 3 months. Even Microsoft saw great potential in it and decided to launch the very first version of Excel on Macintosh in 1985. The success of the new computer was limited, mainly by its low performance, as it had only 128K of RAM. For storage, only one floppy disk drive was available, and no hard drive was installed. It didn't include a cooling fan, which resulted in a tendency to overheat, and was nicknamed the beige toaster. In realizing his vision, Steve Jobs traded off on the actual utility of the device. The initial lack of software was also a big disadvantage compared to the competition. The strategy turned out to be successful. Product market fit was found. The company knew who were its customers and how to talk to them. The first Macintosh was so ahead of its time that it took Apple 14 more years to finally release a truly successful product. the iMac G3 in 1998. The iMac had saved the company from bankruptcy. Apple keeps improving the product to this day, with each newer model having a better design, better performance, and better software. The problem is that people only buy computers once in a while, and Apple, being a hardware company, does not sell software separately, so they cannot make money from releasing new versions regularly. In this context, it's difficult to grow. The new decade and new millennium was an era when the internet and mobile devices had just gone mainstream. Mobile phones and portable MP3 players were becoming things of everyday life. Mobile devices wear more quickly than computers and are replaced more often. And most importantly, people carry them everywhere they go and use them frequently. So the design and innovation aspects become even more important with this kind of product. What if the company uses the same strategy that succeeded with the Macintosh? An MP3 player is just a tiny computer with storage, a processing unit, and a user interface. Because performance is not a critical parameter, it's much easier to make. For Apple, it was time to experiment with a new market. The first mobile device from Apple, the iPod, was launched in 2001. Thanks to its 5 GB hard drive, the iPod could store more songs than other MP3 players. But what made it stand out from the competition was the user interface, which made it much easier to navigate the content. The first-generation iPod was a successful product. Apple's strategy proved to work with products other than computers. The next big milestone product is, of course, also a mobile device. Before we move to the next milestone, let me quickly talk about the sponsor of this video. One of the most important qualities of an entrepreneur is not being afraid to fail. However, not all failures are good failures. Those that can be predicted are bad failures. The ebook, How to Reduce the Risk of Failure in Entrepreneurship, explains the most common causes of failure and provides you with proven strategies that will help you keep the risk at the minimum level. If you are a first-time entrepreneur, or if you know someone who is starting a business, this can save you a lot of time, money, and effort. The link is in the description. Now back to the video. At the beginning of the 2000s, mobile phones had already been around for many years. The most advanced devices at that time, the camera phones, allowed to take pictures and even record videos, but they had one huge limitation: the user interface. With a small screen and a small keyboard, we had to scroll through many menus to be able to do anything. The screen size was also a limitation when dealing with multimedia content. Once again, Apple was working on another innovative user interface: a touch-sensitive screen that eliminates the need for a physical keyboard and allows the screen to be much bigger, so that users are able to tap directly on the displayed elements. The first mobile phone to have a touchscreen, the iPhone 2G, was presented in January 2007 during a keynote event and was launched later in the year, in June. The new user interface was a huge leap in terms of user experience. In addition to the features present on popular camera phones of the time, the first iPhone was also equipped with GPS technology and an accelerometer and came with pre-installed apps like Weather, YouTube, and Google Maps. It had Wi-Fi, but only 2G connectivity, and it was not possible to install new apps. The $500 price tag did not prevent it from being a massive success. Customers are not buying a cell phone, they're buying a computer that allows them to use the internet anywhere and at any time, and they are willing to pay the price for this upgrade. 1 year later, the iPhone 3G was launched, with faster 3G internet and the App Store. The iPhone became a whole new platform that allows third parties to publish their own apps and monetize them. A whole new industry was born: mobile applications. The company does not only make money when it sells an iPhone, but it also charges a fee for paid apps and in-app purchases. The iPhone's impact extends far beyond communication. It's fundamentally reshaped how we interact with technology on a daily basis. Its introduction sparked a wave of smartphone adoption worldwide, catalyzing the emergence of the mobile app economy and transforming industries ranging from entertainment to healthcare. The iPhone not only redefined what a phone could do, but also paved the way for a new era of mobile computing, where the power of technology is literally at our fingertips, profoundly impacting how we live, work, and interact in the modern digital age. With the advent of food delivery apps such as Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash, the iPhone provided a platform for seamless access to a wide array of culinary options at the touch of a button. The convenience of browsing through menus, placing orders, and tracking deliveries all within a single app revolutionized the food delivery industry, making it easier than ever for consumers to enjoy restaurant-quality meals from the comfort of their homes. Additionally, the iPhone's integration of GPS technology enabled precise tracking of delivery drivers, ensuring timely and efficient service. This newfound accessibility to food delivery services not only transformed dining habits, but also fueled the growth of the restaurant industry by expanding their reach to a broader customer base. The rise of ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft is largely attributed to the iPhone's widespread adoption. By providing a platform for seamless connectivity between drivers and passengers, the iPhone facilitated the growth of the sharing economy, allowing individuals to easily request and provide rides with just a few taps on their smartphones. Today, iPhone sales account for more than 50% of Apple's revenue. More than 2.3 billion units were sold. The success of the first iPhone models served as a catalyst for Apple to embark on a path of further experimentation and innovation. What if the screen was even bigger? In 2010, the iPad was launched, introducing a new mobile device, the tablet. With its large touchscreen display and lightweight design, the iPad offered users a versatile platform for a wide range of tasks, from browsing the web and checking emails to creating documents and editing photos. With the iPad OS and an app store, the iPad is also a platform. Its robust app ecosystem further enhanced its appeal, providing access to thousands of applications tailored specifically for the iPad's unique form factor. What's interesting about the iPad is that, unlike previous products, it does not solve a particular problem. Apple had entered a new era. Thanks to its unparalleled brand authority, the company has now the ability to command premium prices and generate widespread anticipation for its latest products. Apple is now a luxury brand in the field of tech. This position allows the company to influence consumer preferences, shape industry trends, and confidently introduce new products to the market, as its loyal customer base will eagerly embrace them. The iPad was the last product released under Steve Jobs' leadership. Apple was looking to further extend its ecosystem. After having successfully turned a mobile phone into a computer, the next target is a device that seamlessly blends fashion and functionality. The Apple Watch was launched in 2015 and quickly became the best-selling wearable device. Customers were presented with a sleek and sophisticated wearable that integrates well with their existing Apple ecosystem. It is also a platform. It has the watchOS and an app store. From fitness tracking and heart rate monitoring to notifications and communication on the go, the Apple Watch aims to enhance users' daily lives in meaningful ways. Its customizable watch faces and extensive range of apps further extended its utility, allowing users to tailor their experience to their preferences and needs. Apple Watch became the most sold watch ever, making Apple a top watch manufacturer. How crazy is that? The next year, in 2016, another wearable product was launched, the AirPods. AirPods offer a hassle-free alternative to traditional wired headphones. Users don't need to deal with tangled cords anymore and can enjoy greater freedom of movement. Additionally, they come with intuitive touch controls, allowing users to play, pause, skip tracks, and activate Siri with a simple tap or voice command. The built-in microphone enables clear voice calls and voice assistant access. With the AirPods, Apple once again demonstrated how cutting-edge technology can be in service of consumer convenience. With this new success, the company reaffirmed its status as a pioneer in the field of wearable technology. Thanks to the touchscreen, mobile platforms went mainstream, but interactions are limited to only 2 dimensions. What if the future of user interface is 3D? 17 years after the first iPhone and 40 years after the first Macintosh, once again, it is time for the next revolution. In early 2024, Apple launched a mixed reality headset, the Vision Pro. The company's latest major product has high-performance hardware and a high price. Just like with any other Apple product, good design is a priority, but it's even more important for virtual and augmented reality headsets. So there has been a lot of effort to make it look less weird and as normal as possible. The Vision Pro introduces a new concept called spatial computing. It supports multitasking via windows that appear to float within the user's surroundings, and interaction with the displayed elements is made possible by finger tracking and even eye tracking. Will the Vision Pro become a thing of everyday life, like the other mobile and wearable devices? Well, just like the Macintosh and the iPhone at the time of their launch, it is a new platform, and it has its own operating system called Vision OS. The user can interact with the surrounding space without the need for a screen, and we could be surprised by a new kind of app that would make this new user interface incredibly useful. The Vision Pro is a good test for Apple. In the coming months and years, a lot of questions will need to be answered. Will the high price and the discomfort when wearing the headset for a long time prevent spatial computing from taking off? Is the headset most suitable for the consumer market? Should Apple create glasses instead, with less innovation but more usability? Apple surprised us more than one time in the past, but this time, did they go too far? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.